Subscribe to Get Curried and click on the bell icon for more updates.
A quick chicken starter is always on the menu in my home whenever we have a party, and that's exactly the sort of recipe that I'm going to share with you today. It's an Indo-Chinese starter called Chicken Crispy. So let's get started with the recipe. For this recipe, I'm going to use 250 grams of boneless chicken breast, which I've just cut up into thin strips like this. The first thing I'm going to do is season this chicken. So I'm going to add some black pepper powder, about 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of some garlic powder, 1 egg white, 1 teaspoon of plain white vinegar, and about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch or corn flour. Just mix that into the chicken really well. Now I'm going to start making the batter for deep frying the chicken, but just before that, I'm going to start heating up the oil. I'll keep it on a low flame for now and take it up to medium later. First things first, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of maida or all-purpose flour. Same amount, 1/3 cup of corn flour or cornstarch, whatever you want to call it. Some salt, again about 1/4 teaspoon. Same amount of pepper. And again, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Just give that a gentle whisk. Now I'm going to add just about a tablespoon of oil and water until I get the consistency I'm looking for. Just whisk that in. That's still a little thick, so I'm going to add some more water. I've added about 1/4 cup of water and beaten out any lumps that were in this batter. And this is the consistency that you want to go for. Now, all in one go, I'm just going to add the chicken to this batter and make sure that it's completely coated in the batter. The oil has heated up as well. I'm going to maintain the heat on a medium and just start deep frying the chicken. And it's nice and crisp. So now I'm going to move on to making a quick sauce for our chicken crispy. Now the recipe for the sauce for the chicken crispy moves really quickly. So I'm going to start with making the slurry. So here I've got about 2 tablespoons of corn flour or cornstarch. Now to this, I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of water and just make this into a really smooth, lump-free paste. The wok has heated up, so I'm going to add some oil to it. Just about a tablespoon, and immediately a tablespoon of finely chopped garlic, 1 teaspoon of finely chopped ginger. Just cook this till the raw smell goes away. Now I'm going to add 2 green chilies that have been slit into half, the white part of 1 spring onion that has been just sliced up, now I'm going to add 1 capsicum that's been sliced up. Just toss that through really well. Now to this, I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of Schezwan sauce. You can use a store-bought one, or we also have a link in the box below for one that you can make at home. 2 tablespoons of tomato ketchup. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Just mix that together really well. Just a tiny amount of salt, some pepper, now I'm going to add the slurry that we made earlier and immediately just take the heat up to high. This sauce is absolutely ready. I'm just going to turn off the flame and add a tiny amount of vinegar. Just stir in the vinegar. And now very quickly add the chicken so that it can get nicely coated in this sauce. Just mix it through with the sauce really well so that it gets coated completely. Our chicken crispy is absolutely ready to serve, so I'm just going to plate it up in this bowl. As a final touch, I'm just going to sprinkle some finely chopped green part of the spring onion. This chicken crispy is really quick, easy and very impressive to make, so I hope you'll try this recipe really soon. For loads more such recipes, please subscribe to Get Curried.